background, like everything is happening on this background. And so when everything is happening on that background, you can set an intention, and that's pretty much what Matrix is all about. You want something, and you observe it to happen. But most of the times we cannot observe. We go into this third place, which I want this, I want to be there, but if I stay here and look at these 2 points, I can either notice it might happen very easily, or I can notice something like, oh my God, it might never happen for me, or it would be very hard for me to achieve that. And so as soon as we go to that place to look at this distance, that might be very short distance from the position of our perceptual bias, like it never happened to my mom, it never happened to my daddy, so therefore I'm not going to have it, right? Or none of my neighbors have that, so why would I? Or anything like that. We immediately stop that progress, fast progress, and it becomes a process. And now you have to go step by step and work hard on every step, and maybe you can get to the wall that you've created and punch through, and on the other side you might have what you want, or not, depending on what is your next question. If your next question is about why life is so horrible, and why life is not happening the way I want, and why my finances are not so good, if these are the questions, that the answer to this why will be exactly the experience that will explain why you do not deserve what you want. And so the way Matrix shows up for me is that you don't have to deserve anything. You already, just by being here and in materialistic world, you already deserve everything that's there, because you would not be in this form and you would not be experiencing materialistic world if it wouldn't be for you. It's your playground, right? And so you can use any rule, you can use anything, or you can do nothing. You can just sit and look. And when you sit and look, I was mirroring here. So if you just sit and look, you can see some things that are pretty amazing. And when I observe how Richard works on a stage, very often he doesn't do that. He can do that, but very often he doesn't. He just like, he stands here, he looks there, and that person goes down, like losing the form and becoming away. And the way we observe things, that what actually creates the reality. But we have a lot of co-creators, right? This is my wife, this is my husband, this is my daughter, and they all create reality with me. And so what happens, we lose our seniority, right? We forget who we are. And I'm not talking about, I am the father, and you have to listen. It's not about that. That's not a seniority. Seniority inside yourself, like you know who you are, and you know what you want, and you know that you can have it. That's the seniority. When you lose that, everybody around you becomes a major player in your movie. But you are the creator of the movie. Yes, you have co-creators, you invite other people to play with you, but the major person there is you, not other people. And so when you lose your seniority, you take your script and you go here. You have my script, now I depend on you, and whatever you do is in my reality. And now I'm not living my reality, I'm living your reality, right? So when everybody shows up in your life, it's because we invite them. We want them in our life. There is a reason for us to have them. But once we invite them, we have a choice. And the choice is between, do I want to be in a physical contact with this person? Do I want to talk to this person? Do I want to argue? Do I want to prove anything? Do I want to explain anything? Or I am just playing, or I'm just observing from the distance. And loving somebody doesn't mean that you have to physically be in that space for that person to receive love. So you might as well be at the distance. And so Matrix is all about, you can be any place, and you can still touch that person's heart. I was just working with somebody in Switzerland last week. And I've never met these people, ever. But for me, the energy was so real, and I could feel all the fluctuations of the energy. Because as that happens, I'm not separate or different, I'm part of that. And that's what Matrix is all about. And I believe that Richard found a way to involve people in that in a very non-threatening way. And that's what I love about Matrix, and that's why I go to a lot of courses. I'm a facilitator and practitioner, and I'm They're just because it's fun. And so he doesn't talk about rules. All the techniques and whatever he talks about in his books are just another door, just open, and there's another window of possibility. And the way he does it, he talks very fast. And he brings a lot of physics, because he's a smart guy and he has 2 medical degrees. And he's been to every seminar I know, and I know a lot. And he's been to thousands of other seminars that I don't know. And so he talks about all of it. And he does it so fast that your brain loses the ability to follow, the logical brain, right? And so when you lose this ability to understand what he's even talking about, that's where your bigger self, your super self, can actually relax and say, yeah, I know what it is. But from a totally different perspective.